It's like we have such a massive potential to bring the entire human race and the planet on an upward slope. Like, it's not just about the CBD products. It's way more than that. We are well. It's about everyone being well. It's not just about we are CBD users. It's we are well. We want everyone to be well. We want the world to be well. We want the planet to be well. We want just like...
All right, people, it is Monday, and so we are back with yet another episode of Happily Discontent, where we share some things, some mindsets, some information, and a little bit about what we're doing to better your today and tomorrow. And today is without a doubt the most important, the biggest, the most monumental podcast on Happily Discontent, the biggest day in our company's existence thus far. Today is launch day. Holy fuck, boys. We have been waiting 2 years for this day to come. It's finally here. Our product is live. It's out. Holy shit. I'm freaking jazzed up, as you can clearly tell. So what we're going to do on this episode today, we're going to dedicate an entire podcast to our product, what it is, why we did it, and why it's the coolest thing on the market right now. So, Jay, why don't you tell our lovely audience, what is this product? What's it about?
So if you're listening to this, I'm pretty sure you've probably heard of CBD. Everyone's heard of CBD. It's old news. CBD's been around for years now. It's nothing new. What we're doing is taking CBD and making it 10 times better. We're combining CBD with other cannabinoids, CBG, CBN, and then also combining it with other powerful ingredients like elderberry, vitamin C, zinc, certain things that you should be taking every single day to help your immune system and your body just overall function better. So we're taking all these powerful ingredients and jam-packing them into a delicious, all-organic gummy that you can take any time of your day if you just want to feel better. They're called feel-good gummies. They're called that because they simply make you feel good. There's nothing more to it than that, really. And I'm super excited for you all to try it. It's an amazing product. It took us a long time to develop because it's not just some regular out-of-the-box thing that that a lot of these other CBD brands are doing, where they're just taking someone else's product and slapping their label on it. We actually custom formulated our own product, and we were very strict on what we wanted in it, what we didn't. So we made sure they're all naturally sweetened. There's nothing artificial. There's no dyes. There's no natural sweeteners like beaver's anus. We got all natural sweeteners, all natural coloring. Beet juice, carrot juice, for example, rather than just some chemical dye called red number 7. And not to mention, they taste fucking amazing. It's like kind of like a Swedish berry, but there's like a sort of a sour ting to it, and like it's like a nice candy at the start of your day that's not actually going to spike your blood sugar and gives you like just an overall boost throughout your whole body. And
what an excellent motherfucking description. I think you covered all the bases. We'll get to the packaging and all that stuff in a second too, because there's some great things. It's not just the product. Everything, every aspect, everything that went into this product, we took care to make it the best it could be. But I'm going to rewind a little bit because you said a word that I feel like some people may be a little bit unfamiliar with, and that was the word cannabinoid. So VK, do you care to explain what is a cannabinoid?
Yeah, so cannabinoids actually are relatively simple. CBD and THC themselves are actually cannabinoids. So in the cannabis plant, there's about 112, and they're still finding more cannabis.
For example?
Plants. So all of these cannabinoids like CBD, CBG, CBN, they all have their own unique medical properties. So instead of a lot of companies that just focus on CBD because it's become so popular, they sort of neglect all these other minor cannabinoids that really do have a lot of medical potential. So what we do is we make sure to include those and use them alongside CBD so that our products are even better than other ones on the market.
Exactly. So they all have their own unique medical properties. For example, CBG, proven to be very effective with pain relief. CBC, very good with your mental health relief, anxiety and depression. CBN, very effective with helping you sleep, right? And these are cannabinoids that are being overlooked. So it's like, okay, why not include CBG and make a product for pain? Why not include CBC and make a product for your mental health? Why not include CBN and make a sleep product, right? These are things that are being overlooked that we thought to bring in our products to make essentially what we like to call specialized CBD. We take the CBD and all its medical properties, CBD, that's this product that's kind of good at a lot of things, and we make it extremely good in certain areas. Extremely good for sleep, extremely good for pain, and in the case of our first product, extremely good for boosting your mood and your immune immune system, I guess you could say. So that's our product in a nutshell. But like, as I mentioned before, it goes so much further than just our product. Sorry, I swear we were frozen for a second. I think you guys didn't fucking move. Statues. But there's so much more than just our product. Like even like the packaging and the supply chain and everything that goes into the creation of the product is, I personally am so proud of. And Jay, I know you had a big part in kind of putting this whole supply chain together. So why don't you speak to that a little bit? What goes into the making of our Feel Good gummies?
Yeah, so this the packaging was actually probably one of the most difficult things to source because we were so picky on what it had to be made of, what it had to look like. So we were really looking for something that's eco-friendly, that wasn't going to do harm to the environment, something that was made from post-consumer material, something that looks and feels amazing so that people would want to take a picture of it, and something that's small enough to fit in your pockets. You can take it with you wherever you go. So those were kind of the key pillars, and there was a lot of companies that would fill 3 of the boxes and some that would fill 2 and so on. And finally, we were able to find one that checked all the boxes. We went through a bunch of different designs. We worked with our consumer advisory board, finally found one that everyone loved, that just really captured the entire essence of the product and of the brand that we really wanted to share. And on top of that, it's made from post-consumer recycled material. So we've specifically asked for some unique things like the plastic that was picked up from the ocean, plastic that was picked up from music festivals, things like that. And we're working on getting a partnership so that we can have a full, complete cycle for the product, so that when you recycle it at the end of the life cycle, it goes right back into making more packaging. On top of that, it looks like sick as fuck.
Oh, you got it with you. Nice. Let's go.
It gives you a nice little story about where it came from. We have a link to our lab results directly on the back of the packaging, and not only that, it also breaks down the lab result for you, so you can really understand what's in the product. It's you got to see it to believe it, and I encourage you all to buy one so you can feel it in your own hand.
Yeah, man, incredible stuff. And you actually missed one thing, and that's the locally sourced idea, because we could have found a supplier that checked off all those boxes if we wanted to go off like Alibaba or something from China, right? But I think that we agree that defeats the idea of having sustainable packaging if it's being shipped from the other side of the world. Like the emissions that are caused in that process completely negate every effort that we made to make our packaging sustainable, right? And we actually had a supplier that checked all of the boxes. What was their name again? I don't know. Rutri. We had a supplier that did all of those, and we were all ready to order it. And then due to COVID, their lead times like tripled. It was going to take us like 12 weeks every time we wanted to order package to get it in. And like, that's just like way too long of a lead time to run a business off of. So we had to start from square one, search again. But I'm so happy that we found somebody that checks all the boxes, locally sourced, environmentally friendly, still looks good, still compliant, all these things. That itself was a mission. But we got it done because we were willing to go the extra mile. But that's just the packaging too. Like, I think our effort to make the supply chain, very local as well. Because like, again, all these efforts towards environmental like consciousness and sustainability are negated if we're shipping products all over the globe to make it happen. The emissions that happen in that process are ridiculous. So I remember, Nick, we were on the phone with the packaging supplier. We made an extra 13 calls to different subsidiaries that they had to make sure that our supply chain was nice and airtight, right? Not airtight, but nice and compact?
Concentrated.
They're concentrated, exactly. Everybody's nice and close to each other. So in the production of our product, we really made an effort to, and it's hard to do these things as a startup. You don't have enough, you don't have a whole lot of buyer power, I guess is a Michael Porter thing to say, but you don't have a whole lot of buyer power. And, but we were still able to do these things and put these things in place.
I mean, yeah, that was probably one of the biggest challenges that came in was we're not funded by some big VC company and backed by $100 million so that we can go into a company and say, hey, we want 5 million packages. So the really difficult part was getting these people on board with the brand and with the story, and like really proving to them that we are going to be big, and like that we do have this huge vision and huge mission, and getting them to believe that that was actually going to happen, so that they would reduce their minimum orders, and so that they would allow us to come in with a little bit of money and still give us these top of the line packages that are usually only reserved for these big $1 million spenders. So that was a battle in itself. It was just really just speaking to hundreds of different companies and getting the sales rep on board so that they could go to their boss and convince their boss why we're the best company to be supplying to. So we managed to pull it off because it's true. And everyone that we've managed, that we've got surrounding us, really believes in our mission and shares the same values of helping people and helping the environment. And it's just really like a core thing. That was the first box you had to check, is that you have to be a good person, and your company has to have good values. Otherwise, I'll just go to the next guy.
Absolutely. And that's why we ended up talking. You said hundreds. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we actually talked to thousands of people over the last 2 years trying to put this product together, because we didn't want to cut any corners. We wanted to be working with the best of the best, good people that made good products. And that's why it took us 2 years to be able to create this product, but now it's ready for sale. And now so we've touched a lot on the sustainability aspect. That's one thing that, again, we're trying to set a standard for. Like, this is how businesses should operate. You know what I mean? You should not be able to go and cause a detriment to the environment just to go make all of your money. At least you should be impact neutral. Like, you should cause no harm to the environment. We're even going that extra mile to be impact positive. So we offset more carbon than is produced in the creation of our product. So that environmental side of things is something we put a lot of focus into. And on the people side, you mentioned the lab tests, right? And that's another big effort that we made, is so that people, I feel like there's this huge black box when it comes to consumer products. And that's this idea of like not knowing what the fuck you're putting into your body. You know what I mean? Ingredients are buried in like size 2 font on the back of the package, and you rarely read them. And if you do, it's got like words that you can't even pronounce on it, right? So we made a huge effort with the lab test on the back to show people what is in their product and have them feel confident with what they're putting into their body. That's why we have the main ingredients right on the front of the package. It's like, this is what you're putting into your body. This is where it came from, and this is why we put it in there, so you can finally feel good about it. You know what I mean? There's no shady shit, and we will show that to you with this lab test that you can freaking scan and look at yourself. And we're not going to bury it in scientific information. There's a guide on there to walk you through it. You know exactly what you're putting into your body.
And more, there's every day I'm learning something new that's like, oh, that actually isn't good for my body, or I had no idea. Like the other day I was reading, you don't put this into your body, but all these like shampoos and body washes have like parabens, and those have a lot of negative effects on your health. And I had no idea about that until I learned about it. So it's like all these things, no matter what company, whether it's like food or grooming, they all have these crazy things in it that's just like terrible for you, and nobody knows. And nobody, like, it's true, no, you're not going to look at the back of a nutrition facts and like read every single one and Google each one, right? It's too difficult. So like, that's something I feel really passionate about, is that you said we can break down the COAs and that it explain to the consumer, this is what this is why it's there, and this is what it does. So they don't have to do that work.
And I even like went the extra step for any of the ingredients that are something scientific that you may not have heard every day. We broke it down where that actually comes from. So for example, pectin. That may not be something that everyone knows, but pectin is derived from apples. So right on here it says pectin from apples. Dextrose is another ingredient that people may not necessarily know what the fuck is dextrose. So dextrose is derived from corn. So we said it right on the package, dextrose from corn. Really just being as transparent as we possibly can about what's in the package and where everything came from. Like I said, there's nothing artificial, no crazy colorings or some synthetic ingredients that were made in a lab. It's all natural from whole foods, like fully organic, like as good as it can possibly get.
And man, we broke down too the naturally sweetened one because that's one that these companies like to hide behind, right? I feel like it might have come off a little weird when you said it earlier in the product description when you said beaver anus, but that actually there's a reason you said that is because there were
so it's used for raspberry flavoring. So anything that you've tried that's flavored like a raspberry, there's a chance that it's derived from the glands in a beaver's anus. That's like one of the main kind of flavor from a flavor house. That's where
and then there was like there's also
so gross, dude.
Like who wants to be doing that? But no, like we use organic cane sugar, and then the coloring is from organic raspberry juice, organic carrot juice, organic cherry juice, and the coloring is from beets. It's all natural.
Natural, and again, and I'm gonna circle this back to the bigger picture, right? And I'm gonna drop a one-word question. Either of you can pick it up. Why? Why do we do these things? Like, why natural? Why all these? Every aspect of the product. Like, why?
We want to be a leader to show these big companies, like, look, you can still make money by being a good person and by having ethics and by being moral with the products you produce. And if we can inspire them to start creating healthy products and natural products and not using these crazy synthetic materials, then think about the effect that we can create on the world. If we can show these companies like we were able to develop this product that works extremely well. It tastes amazing. It's completely natural, 100% organic. There's nothing bad in it. And everyone loves it. It comes in a sustainable package. It helps charity. It's carbon neutral. You can do it too, but at a bigger scale because you got billions of dollars.
Exactly. I think this can be the first domino in a chain reaction that I think could really change the motherfucking world if and when other people get on board. So that's what today is. This is us getting started. This is us knocking that first fucking domino over. And I cannot wait to see the chain reaction that transpires as a result.
It's like we have such a massive potential to bring the entire human race and the planet on an upward slope. Like, it's not just about the CBD products. It's way more than that. We are well. It's about everyone being well. It's not just about we are CBD users. It's we are well. We want everyone to be well. We want the world to be well. We want the planet to be well. We want just like simple as that.
That is We Are Well. It's about a global mission to make everybody better. And I think it all starts with this first domino. It starts literally today with us making this push today, knocking that first motherfucking domino over. And I cannot fucking wait to see where it goes. Let's start pushing.
Oh yeah, let's go. Cool. If you want to try the product, you can check out our website shop.wearewell.shop. The gummies taste amazing. They're vegan, completely organic, naturally sweetened, naturally flavored, no gluten, no GMOs, none of that bullshit. Every single product supports a charity of your choice. So we've chosen 3 charities, one that supports mental health, one that supports cleaning the ocean, and one that helps feed families in need. Each purchase that you make goes direct impact to one of these causes. If you order two packages or more, you'll get free express shipping anywhere in the US. We're trying our best to be as fast as we can with these shipping. Most of our orders so far have been delivered within 2 to 3 days. So nice and quick to your door so you can start feeling good right away.
Help us push that first domino over. And we have so much fucking faith that the chain reaction that will transpire will change the motherfucking world. Let's get it.